All right, we live. It's Thursday, and the internet should be all right. Let me do a quick speed test real quick. Should have did it before I started this live stream. Because I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to live stream on Friday. Like, Friday and Saturday, my internet speed just goes to absolute dog shit. Like, horrible. Like just next level low speed. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah, so it's looking with the download speeds on Wi-Fi and upload speed. It's passable. That'd be all right. Should be all right. We're gonna see if it works out. I had to watch myself on the playback. Absolute dog shit. Yo, what's up, Xavier? Thanks for tuning in, man. Oh God, Hurricane Windmaster. Yeah, it's a blast. It's a blast from the past. Oh, you in the UK, Xavier? Cool. But you know what? I just had a situation with the UK shit, with UK food here. I went to a store called Iceland here in Czech Republic, and they sell food from they ship in food from the UK and Iceland, and I got these little pork sausages, and I cooked them, and I don't know what it is, but like the food in the UK. Well, I don't want to say the UK because I haven't been throughout all the UK. I was only in Scotland, but like the food it definitely has its own taste, especially like if you get because they like baked beans and sausages and shit, baked bean sausage and stuff like they like that food, but it has a certain taste to it. And when I cooked it up and I took one bite, I said, wait a minute, that's that UK shit. It's a very distinctive taste. Like, and it's not like because see, the world will make fun of white people because they say white people don't season shit. It has seasoning to it, but it's like it has nothing to do with the season. There's something else in it, and I don't really know what it is. But it's this kind of I don't even know how to maybe starch. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's like there's this certain taste in from my brief time of being in being over there. Like I know it like that. And it's weird because they ship because I bought those little sausages from Iceland, which ships in the food from the UK, and it had the same taste too. As soon as I taste it immediately, and that's kind of the same thing like how now I say back in the US, our cheese tastes like plastic, right? And I remember when I was living in Česká Lípa in this in that town in Czech Republic, they opened an American bistro, right? And they sold all they sold was fried food and chicken. All they sold everything in there was fried chicken. Everything in there was fried, and they sold pizza. And the weird part was because there was a pizza place like literally right down the street. You get a slice of pizza for $1, and it was good. And I got the pizza from the American Bistro, and the only thing that they got right was the cheese. It tastes like American cheese. When I ate, I was like, that's American cheese. That's that American quality cheese because it tastes like plastic. It don't even like the cheese in the US. It don't even taste like food. You know what I'm saying? When you get it from even if you go Pizza Hut or some shit like that, or if you buy the cheese, buy a block of good cheese from the store and bring it home and eat it. Like our cheese to me tastes like plastic. It tastes like plastic. So that's the only thing I can think of to compare that to with like the meat in the UK. To me, it has that same and again, I don't know how to properly explain it. I can't even explain it well because I don't even know how to describe the taste. But like when you have it, once you've had it before, you immediately know, yep, this is UK shit. You know what I'm saying? No matter where you on, and the same thing with American quality cheese, not American cheese, but American quality cheese. Like you immediately know it when you put it on anything. You immediately know this is American quality cheese. It tastes like plastic. I do. Loving the consistency. Word up. Thanks a lot, Chill Pill. I'm gonna do a call-in show later after these two videos. Both of these only like 5 minutes long. These were sent to me by a viewer. I don't know if you mean say your name. These only 5 minute long videos, but I talk so fucking much. I fuck around and talk for 2 hours straight, rant about it. But I want to do a call-in show tonight. And I'm gonna set that, and I gotta set some type of limit because the Zoom fucks up or people gotta go or they want to call. So I'm gonna set a time limit of like 5 to 7 minutes, right? I give it like 7 minutes. a 7 minute limit on the call, because then somebody may call in and the other people wait, and I just really didn't know what to do with it. So it's like, fuck it. Let's say I'm just gonna try this. We just gonna try making like a 5 minute limit, 5 to 7 minute limit per call that calls in. Love from ATL. Oh, where? What part of ATL? Mount K Town. I was in I had a lot of family in Marietta. I stayed in Tucker. That's where I lived with that Russian family. That was in a part called Tucker. That was well, I didn't live. My cousin lived there, but I ended up pretty much living with the Russian family who owned all the houses on that street, of a nice neighborhood, by the way. Tucker was about 20 minutes outside of Atlanta. I got other family in Columbus, Georgia. So I'm not gonna act like I know every street in Atlanta, but I mean I'm pretty familiar with well, at least I used to be. Maybe I forgot more than I think I forgot. But I used to go to I used to go to Atlanta every year and hang out hang out with friends and family. I remember I had one aunt, man. She would, well, all the aunts would. They would cook all types of shit, dude. They would go in that deep freezer and yo, man, you eat like you ain't. We ain't have to go out to eat nowhere because they cook, and then the food they cook homemade food, and it'd be just perfection. It was great. I remember my one aunt. Her name was Maddie. She ended up she went blind before she died too. She aged to be pretty old, and yeah, because her husband died. I had an uncle Otis. He died a while back, but she died. She lasted about probably 15 years after he did, and she ended up going blind before she died. But she cooked. She go in that back room, dude. She would cook you up a fucking storm, dude. Like, and I'm talking like full buffet, fill up the whole table, shit. Like how you imagine in the movies when they be showing motherfuckers in the South doing that shit. It was that type of shit. You ever been to Texas? I was in Texas when that snowstorm hit. I was in Missouri City, Houston. I was down there when that winter storm hit. I was literally there when that happened because the phone stopped working first, and I thought it was just my phone because I brought my phone back from Europe, and sometimes when you keep crossing like that, the phone just fucks up. So my phone stopped working, and then I was saying that with a friend of mine that I met in college in Ohio. He bought a house in Texas. Then he had Verizon. So those of y'all in the US, y'all know Verizon is usually like the best one. And so his phone slowly stopped working. For Texas, it got real cold. For motherfuckers in Ohio, it was just another Tuesday for us. Because a friend of mine, he wasn't fazed by it either because he was with me. He grew up in Michigan and Ohio, so he knew what the cold was, by America's standards. And it got cold. It literally dove to like 31 degrees Fahrenheit, and the city was shut down because they just didn't know how to handle freezing temperatures like that. Everybody was in the Home Depot and trying to get this little part where water comes through. It like froze and everybody's broke, so we didn't have any running water, electricity. And I mean, like when electricity like for real goes out, like. It's not like when it just be a thunderstorm and electricity goes out, but your phone can still work. When like electricity for real goes out, like your phone ain't gonna work, ain't nothing gonna work. That was the first time I ever experienced that. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm in Dallas. It got bad. Oh yeah, see, it didn't get that bad where we were. It was just where I was at. It was more bad because people just weren't used to that. Diving below freezing shit, but it wasn't a lot of snow. The snow was gone by later that day, type of shit, and it wasn't even a lot. Guys, I'm from Ohio, man. We when I was little, we used to get a foot of snow, every year when I was little. It wasn't even an inch, right? But that's what happened when when a culture is not used to, if you're not used to something, you just don't know. And the city was shut down. Motherfuckers was done. All the stores was closed. Everything. Yeah. ATL represent best place to live in my opinion. The women could be better though. Sanjay, man, I tell you what, yeah, that was the first thing I noticed when I would go to Atlanta especially from Ohio, was that the women, like, it was just a better looking, area. But that was back when ATL was getting big popular with that the Welcome to Atlanta remix, all that shit with Jermaine Dupri and all them, and the Atlanta Falcons was doing their thing, and like so it It's been a long time since I've been to Atlanta. Like I went to the Atlanta airport, but I haven't been like in Atlanta in at least 10 years now. But back then, back when I was going, it was like it was a heavy hip hop. You know, Ti, the movie eight, it was ATL. That come out, and everybody was into skating because I think that movie. I think it was that movie that made skating real big at the time. So like skating was already big down there back then anyway, but then the movie just made it that much more. So you motherfucker, you'd be lines to get your car into just so you can get to the fucking skating rink, right? I still remember that. Yeah, Atlanta, man. I haven't been there. I feel you. I was born in Nebraska. Oh, word, Nebraska. I ain't know that shit was. I ain't know Nebraska was real. I thought that shit was a. I thought it was a myth. That shit's real. Nebraska's actually real. I'm born in roasted Nebraska. I'm from Ohio. Ohio ain't shit either. But damn, Nebraska. I ain't know Nebraska was real. I thought it was, you know what I'm saying? They just told us that and hope we just believed it. But hey, Ohio, I'm roasting Nebraska, but no, man. I'm from Ohio, man. There's nothing there in Ohio. All right, Nebraska. Y'all used to have a good college football team, from what I remember. Unless that hasn't been a thing for a while. You know, from Canada. I know. So yeah. For us, further up north, we know what it's like to have, a foot of snow overnight, shit like that. Down in Houston, the motherfucker, it wasn't even an inch, dude. It literally wasn't an inch of snow, and like I said, and it really wasn't. What shut them down was, like I said, that when it just like they're not built to handle freezing temperatures, like at all. When I say freezing temperatures, I'm not talking about they not built to handle -5. I'm talking about when I say freezing temperatures, motherfucker, freezing is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. That shit hit 31.85 and the whole city was shut down. They just said every day was done. That shit hit 31.99846, and that shit was done. We don't know what to do. Everything frozen. The Ohio State University, yeah. ATL, all the rappers either are out there or they're from there. Oh, word up. Elijah, yo, what's up, Elijah? What's up, AD? Can you do a video reaction called a video reaction on a video called The Backrooms? I'll probably do that in a video. Yeah, I'd probably do that next week. You gotta remind me, man. And even then, I'd be tripping sometimes. I was in a conversation with somebody, and he literally asked me to do something, and midway through the conversation, I completely forgot what he asked me. But I happened to remember, and I told him, like, yo, I literally completely forgot 2 sentences later, and it ended up remembering after that. I used to swing in Malcolm X Park as a kid. I don't even know where the fuck that's at, Super. I ain't even gonna lie. Yes, where Malcolm X was born. I know. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't even. I'm lost now. I'm lost. Because I should have took a nap, but I ain't taking naps. And I'm just going to be tired all fucking night now. But I wanted to do the live stream tonight instead of waiting, you know what I'm saying? Because tomorrow my internet has been chronically fucked up on Friday through Monday. So I still haven't even left out to go talk to Vodafone about this shit. Let me see. Let me catch up on these. I was going to watch some Lana Rhodes right now, but I'd rather watch an AD live stream. Oh, they're whack now, to be honest. Oh, word. I guess you're talking about Nebraska. Nebraska's whack. From what I remember as a kid. See, here's the thing, man. I'm going to start on this video in a minute. Here's the thing. When I was little, I remember a time when I didn't like football, American football, right? These motherfuckers call it hand egg, which makes sense. Hand egg, like carrying an egg in your hand. They call it hand egg, not football. But I didn't like football when I was a kid. So I remember I wanted a favorite team, and I'm from Ohio, and I remember watching college football and just thinking, like, well, at least with the NFL, it's only like 31 teams or some shit like that, 30 teams at the time. This was even before Cleveland Browns had come back. And I want so with with the NFL, at the time I just made my home with the 49ers. I just like I don't know what made me pick them. Maybe because I could just remember somebody on the team, but I just remember I just sided with the San Francisco 49ers when I was a kid because the Bengals back then were just so awful. They just let me see. If anybody here is from Ohio, they can tell you the Bengals were so awful for a long time where they just there was some high school football teams that could have beat them motherfuckers. All right, they was just terrible. Like if they would have if they would have included an all women's football team into the NFL, they'd have fucked around and beat the Bengals back then. They was just god fucking awful back then, right? So the Bengals didn't even count as a favorite team even the motherfuckers in Ohio. It just didn't even count. Even bitches knew, yeah, we don't like the Bengals. Like nobody liked the Bengals, right? So I settled for the 49ers. But I remember I would watch college football, on Saturday, right? And there was just so many teams, I just couldn't keep track of who I was watching. Like I wanted it to be where, like, if I turned it on, I could look at it and know what team this is just by like the colors of their jerseys type of shit or their helmets, right? And Ohio State, and guess what team made the cut for me as like favorite team, just based off of my ability to recognize them, because I was little, man. My ability to recognize who it was, Michigan. So for those of y'all who know, Michigan is Ohio State's rival, and I had no idea as a kid. I just wanted to be able to turn this shit on and just recognize who the fuck I seen. And Michigan had the helmets with the 3 lines on it, so that's how I knew. Okay, well I just like them, and I'll just roll with them and see what they're about. And they end up being the rivals of Ohio State. Like that was just complete random luck. Didn't mean for that to happen. So yeah, when I was younger, I sided with Michigan and San Francisco. But I remember even back then, like on like NFL game day and shit, like Nebraska was like they was always a top team, like on the video games. I never played with them, but their games always be on TV back then. I remember that they were always a top dog. And I remember y'all remember now we on college football. Y'all remember Miami, Florida. Man, I remember there was a time where their whole team was just ready to go to the NFL. Like just bring the NFL at a game and just start telling teams to just pick who they want for the team. There was a time where the Miami Ducks, I think there was the Ducks. There was a time where they were just they had Willis McGahee, Ed Reed. There's a ton of motherfuckers they had. I don't think Ray Lewis went to Miami. Did Ray Lewis go to Miami? I can't even remember. But Miami was just like everybody on 18, like you motherfucker, their punter could run kickoff return. Like everybody on their team was just fast and equipped, right? They was fat. Their whole team was fast as fuck and equipped, right? I don't know. I wonder what happened to them because I remember they fell off. They definitely wasn't what they used to be. But I don't know if I have no idea what happened to Miami since then. At least LeBron during 2000. Oh, at least we had LeBron during 2000. Yeah, that was a big deal. Because Ohio just, even the Reds were just, always like hovering around being hyper shitty. So it's like we had nothing to look forward to when I was little in Ohio. Because when every sports team you got, okay, let me take that back. We had Melvin Levitt with University of Cincinnati with the Bearcats. College basketball. The UC Bearcats was pretty much the only thing that we had where we can like rely on that to pick up our self-esteem and have some hopes to succeed in life by watching the Bearcats do something. Because I remember Kenyon Martin, he was the first one I can remember, I think, who was like a big deal, and I can't. And I think Melvin Levitt was actually before Kenyon Martin, I think. And see, that's the hard part about college, because every 4 years is a whole new lineup, and keeping up with the motherfuckers like that's just hard to keep up with that shit after a while. But yeah, I used to be real into sports. I used to be really into sports, like very into sports. And when I went off to college, man, that was when I just lost all time. Like, unless if a friend of mine's watching, he usually used to do a fantasy football league, and he'll invite me to come to it. But like, if it's not for fantasy of it, I just can't keep track of NFL or NBA or college basketball at all, unless I'm doing fantasy sports with it. Cause I think I was so into it when I was a kid to where I'm just burnt out on looking forward to it. type of shit to go watch a game. I did it so much when I was after I got used to liking the teams and knowing who I was watching, and I could tell you anybody's back then. I used to tell you anybody's stats, all that shit, like anybody's stats, starting lineups of every team, all that shit back then. I knew all of it and forgot it. Kenyon Martin, yeah. Oh, Steve Logan, yeah, number 22. Yeah, Steve Logan, yeah, he didn't translate well to the NBA. Kenyon Martin did, but Steve Logan, number 22. Because was he number 9 or number 22? I can't remember. Yeah, the point guard, Steve Logan. Yeah, I remember Steve Logan and Melvin. Steve Logan and Melvin Levitt, neither one of them translated well. Kenny Satterfield, I thought Kenny Satterfield would have lasted long because he went to the Denver Nuggets. I remember when he went to the NBA, and the guards out of UC just didn't seem to transition well to the NBA. It was like the taller motherfuckers, if anybody, would transition well. But I'm thinking about like a lot of the guards. It's just no room for them in the NBA. I remember Morris Peterson with what was that? Michigan State. Morris Peterson, Mateen Cleaves. I'm thinking about because Morris Peterson did good because he was out there with Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady. But Mateen Cleaves, the point guard, he didn't translate. I think he did a little better than Kenny Satterfield and Steve Logan and Melvin Levitt. I don't think Melvin Levitt even started a game in the NBA. I think he went straight to the ABA type shit. He went straight to that, not even like D-League. He went to that whole lower, lesser league type shit. But he did good in there, but he just didn't. I really would have thought Melvin Levitt would have did great in the NBA, but he didn't. He was 6'3". That motherfucker was dunking like Iverson when he first came out. Well, he could dunk. He didn't dunk a lot, but he was just kind of one of them all-around athletic guards. Like, he jumped real high. He could shoot threes. He can drive to the lane. I remember I seen him live. Like, he was just athletic. I really would have thought he would have made it, man, but he didn't transfer well to the NBA. I remember that. Oh, a friend of mine used to play for the Patriots. Word up, that's gangster. That name sounds, I want to say that was a cornerback. That name sounds familiar when I read it. But again, I'm so far off of sports, man. Oh, Ray Lewis, he did go to Miami. Okay, yeah, I thought he did. I couldn't remember correct. It's been so long since I paid sports attention. I just can't. I got so much shit floating in my head now, man. I just can't keep track of that shit anymore. But I still got admiration for the NFL. This is about the NBA. Being 6'6" and above helps a lot. Yeah, Mo, agreed. Yeah, just simple height alone. Simple height alone will get you, much further in basketball. Because I was thinking about, remember I saw about last night or a couple nights ago, I saw about the friend of mine who we played basketball with, and then like that weekend he'd be on ESPN playing in the for college basketball. Looking back, I don't know if y'all remember, I was talking about a good friend of mine named Fred. Fred was the most athletic kid there, but Fred was like the same height as me, right? He's like 5'7". And unless you like on some Muggsy Bogues, like you naturally got this gift to where, okay, yeah, you got to practice, but you got to have like this natural ability to just run faster and jump higher. Like it ain't got to be trained in you to do it. Like you got to have that natural extra, like that Spud Webb. You got to have that natural extra oomph to make it in basketball. Because Fred was the most athletic person in our neighborhood. He was the most, I say at the school, if you want to be real, as far as like being a pure athlete, he was the most athletic, but he was short. And he was like same build, same height as me. He was just small. So at that rate, he didn't have that extra natural oomph. You know what I'm saying? He worked out. He worked his ass off all day playing basketball outside. You motherfucker, you go outside, walk around looking for your friends. You hear a ball bouncing. Oh, well, Fred's outside. We can at least go hang out because Fred be down there bouncing that ball, practicing. That was his thing. He just practiced all day. He got very good at it. But yeah, he was one of them situations. And I told you guys, Jeremy was just taller. I wouldn't say Jeremy was even more athletic. I don't even say he was on the same level as Fred as being athletic, but he was taller and he was athletic on top of that. So that's what looking back, if I had to say, if I had to be honest about that, that's really what got him over. Now, if he had the same athleticism as Fred had, then he would have been crazy. But he didn't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was athletic, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to undersell him. He was totally athletic. But Fred he was one of them people who he worked at it. He was my good friend too, man. He worked at it. Day in, day. He was one of them twos, man. Hostile, yo, what's up, Hostile Evie, man? Long time, yeah. Hope you've been doing all right, man. Kenyon Martin's kids are in it. They're playing like legit now. I ain't know that. Okay. The Cincinnati Reds beat my Oakland A's in the World Series. Oh, word. Mr. Moji says, can you imagine 7'2" cashier police officer? Like certain jobs these people can do? Yeah. For football, you can get by at 6 foot, but you need to be extremely strong and fast. Yeah. You can get by it. Because I think Johnny Manziel was like the same height I was, or maybe like an inch taller. Johnny Manziel was a small dude. He's playing quarterback, but he was faster and he can throw. He was one of them, one of them Texas. I think he's one of them Texas boys that down there they train them motherfuckers to be good at like to be real good at football, not just well, motherfucker, did you make a team? Like no, they breed football players down there. You go to them right areas. And he was just part of that dynamic. Okay, so here we go. I've been on for 26 minutes. So here we go. We're going to start this video. So this is... Oh, Hostile Eve. Let me read Hostile Eve. He says, I'm good, bro. Happy New Year's. How's life and dissecting the Lana mess going? Oh, Hostile, I'm getting ready to start the video now, man. I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm tired now, though, because I should have took a nap for real, but I didn't. I fucked around and stayed up. And worked out and shit. And had to clean some dishes, worked out. I don't know what the fuck else I did. But now I'm tired. So, but hey, thanks for tuning in. And along with everybody else, thank you everybody for tuning in. Appreciate it, man. It says, what are your thoughts on Kevin Samuels? I don't know anything about him, honestly. I don't watch him. And it's not like I have some like envy or jealousy shit. I just don't like. I mean, I used to watch a lot of Donovan Sharp. I used to watch some better Bachelor. By the time I had heard of Kevin Samuels, I was already kind of doing my own thing, and I just didn't want to, I didn't really, unless somebody sends me something to watch and wants me to review something that happened. Like I'm not gonna go out my way to. I don't even watch Donovan Sharp or who else? A Better Bachelor or anybody. I don't even watch anybody. I just don't watch anybody else, man. I just. Part of it is because I feel like I'll fuck around and start talking like them and acting like them if I listen to them too much and start start copying their shit, And other reasons is, just since I'm doing this all the time, I just honestly it gets to the point where I just get tired of thinking about it and talking about it sometimes. So it's like a mixture of at least those two things. I mean, to answer your question, Elijah Pippen, I don't know. He came up because I think somebody sent me something to watch. A couple of his videos came up, as a recommendation, and I just hovered over them just to watch it play. Now you can hover over it and it'll give you it'll play it, and so I just kind of skimmed through it, but I didn't really watch it. I mean, I think he does a great job at I think he does a great job at presentation. I think. Because I don't when I skim through it, I don't listen to it. So, I mean, I just kind of watch it and read the subtitles and what he's saying. I think he does a great job with presentation. He puts a lot of effort in where I obviously don't. And probably never will because I just don't give a fuck. But he does a great job with it. I mean, because I really thought, okay, I'm kind of roasting him down. But I remember that thing I skimmed through where, because you know how he always wears a suit. I was like, wait a minute, let me think about that. And I thought about it. And to be honest with you, it sounds like I'm roasting him. But, but I thought it was kind of funny, right? Because I mean, is this motherfucker really getting that dolled up for every show? I mean, he's getting is he really getting that dolled up to sit? I mean, because y'all got, okay, for those of you who've never done anything like this, it's very awkward, especially when you first start out, to sit in front of a camera, just you talking to a fucking, talking to a computer, because you don't really know how to feel shit out yet. So, imagine a motherfucker, getting that dolled up to sit in front of a camera in his apartment, which, I mean, I just think it's funny. It's just me. I mean, but hey, dude, I mean, hey, he's kicking ass. He's getting tons of views and whatever, you know. Hey, I'm not mad at him. I just think it's funny, but I'm not mad. I'm lightweight roasting him, but I mean, I don't see anything, you know. I will say, and this doesn't have to do with him, but earlier today, man, I went out because they had this thing called was like YouTube Reels or Streams or something like that, feeds where you can scroll up and show some like quick thing. One, I get for some reason like I'm getting a lot of Shaq. Shaq's talking about these stories that happen in his life, which those stories aren't cool. But I'm also starting to get these, and it's probably filtering in through these manosphere things. So it's these, these motivational speakers talk about, yeah, like how you make money. Well, $1 turns to $2, and you double it. Well, $2 turns to $4, and then $4 turns to $8, and $8 turns into $16. You see how fast it multiplies, blah blah blah. But it's like this severe, like that. I get what they're trying to do with that, but I just think a lot of them I'd be fucking honest with you. I think a lot of those motivational speakers are fucking faggots. Honestly, for many and I'm not faggot because they just may be gayers. I'm not like how South Park did an episode like you're not a faggot because you're gay. You're a faggot because you said some stupid shit or you just oversimplified something that was completely misleading. Not because it's not making fun of somebody because they might be gay. I don't give a fuck about that. But I think they're faggots in the sense of like South Park would they was calling motherfuckers faggots. I think they're just faggots because they really try to sell this whole. These motivational speaker dudes are just fucking pathetic faggots, man. Like okay, I get what they doing, and I get that either they've overvalued money in their life, or they know that other people overvalue money in their life, so they trying to sell that to them. But I'm just not a fan of somebody who is trying to sell you a perfect dream. I just don't like those people. Or they try to briefly touch on I was hurt and I was down and all that shit. I just don't like them motherfuckers, man. I just don't like them. I don't like them. I don't want to be in the same room with them. I don't want to communicate with them. Just get them the fuck away from me. All right. Because this is just my personal rant on that topic. So, like for example, let's use Michael Jordan as an example. Look, there was 30 other motherfuckers hooping better than Michael Jordan where he came from, all right? But for whatever reason, it didn't work out, all right? And that's just life. Life is going to do that to you. So my thing, I'm not going to tell you to focus on only success. Success is in you just getting up tomorrow and trying again. Fuck all that, you ain't got to set no time limit on nothing and all that silly shit and, you know what I'm saying? You have to manifest success and all this. Man, look, just get the fuck up and try again tomorrow. If you win, you win. You fail, you fail. I'm not going to sit here and sell you this perfect dream of, here, buy my subscription so I can feed you some bullshit so you can think that you will never lose again and for the rest of your life. I'm just not going to do that, man. I'm going to you are going to fuck up. You're going to fall flat hard on your face. You're going to be embarrassed in public sometimes, okay? It's going to happen. If it happened to me, it will happen to you. It will happen. Accept it. It's in my honest opinion, that's the true way of winning this shit is learning acceptance and then getting up and trying again. All right, teaching motherfuckers how to not teaching motherfuckers. Yeah, I went through adversity, so you can too. But teaching motherfuckers how to actually sit down and deal and cope with adversity and focus on that shit and dwell in it and put thought in why you failed and what do you know what I'm saying and how do you actually handle the failure? And how to compute the failure. See, that's where I'd rather help you out at instead of just focusing on getting $1 million. Right? You know how many motherfuckers I'm gonna let it go after this, but you know how many motherfuckers go out there and for whatever reason get jobs or get money, they come into some millions and millions and millions and end up losing their mind and lose all the money and end up in an insane asylum 3 years later. Yeah, see the motivational speakers, they ain't tell you all about that. See, the story don't end, you know what I'm saying? Now I ain't gonna say you that Cinderella story time ending shit where you just end at that and then that's it. You got whatever you want. See, because like I talked about my older videos. Okay. after you get whatever you want, okay, some people, their thing is to get a BMW. Some people, their thing is to get a Lamborghini. Some people, it's to be an attorney. Some people, it's to be a lawyer. Some people, it's to fuck 5 beautiful bitches. Everybody's got their own thing, man. But see, and here's the deeper part that is see, this is the deeper part, and especially men really need to notice, because see, women, they just act on a whim until they just get some attention again. But see, men, we have to learn and think. Okay, whatever your thing is, right? So for example, my thing was having sex with a beautiful woman, right? When I was younger, that was it. I really didn't care about I mean, I like cool cars. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind like being taller to be good at basketball or something like that. But my thing was having sex with beautiful women, right? But then what happens once you finally get it, right? What happens when you finally get it? Then what? Oh, well, you ain't supposed to think about that. Motivational speakers, pack up, leave, because I sold them the dream. That's it. Bye. Buy my book. See ya. That's the shit they'll do to you, man. But no, see, I'm not here for that. I'm here to ask the question, what happens after that? What happens after you get what you want? What happens after you get used to it? Now you done got bored with it. You're getting to looking at it. Now you're tired of it. And you don't care about it no more. Now what do you do? How do you handle that? What's the next step in growth as a human? You see what I'm saying? See, and these was the topics I would touch on earlier on in my channel. And it kind of just went into, only talk about bitches all the time, because it'd be questions about bitches. But yeah, that's my thing with it, man. Is the more realistic side of it. Because here's the thing, like success will drive you to failure, for real. If you let it, it'll drive you into failure. Because and so here's the thing, like once you get whatever you're going after, then you gonna have to come to the realization to where either you gonna be a drug addict for it. So what's gonna happen is usually, okay, what I seen what happened with me was, once I got my thing, right, and I got to the point where I was bored and I was tired of it, it gets to a point where like you're going to want to force yourself to like it, because you should like it, because you've always wanted to like it, and society will also validate you for liking this. So then it's like, oh, I should. So then you're going to try to push yourself to like it. And then after that's only going to last so long, to the point where you're just not going to care anymore at all. Right now, here's usually the crossroad, and I'm gonna get to the video right after this. I promise. Because I always fucking ramble too fucking much. One step is, and this is my honest opinion of what happened to Charlie Sheen. This is my honest opinion and what happens to motherfuckers. Like, I don't know him personally, but this is my honest opinion on what happened to him. Because I'm in that same relative boat of what type of bitches I can go fuck and that who I can afford, and that physical, but it'd be that probably a better physical quality than what Charlie Sheen had out there in California, wherever the fuck he's at, right? What's going to happen is you're going to see, okay, I've already gotten everything that I thought I wanted. So now I just need to feel being high again. I need that high of getting something a little more dangerous, a little more, sketchy, a little more dangerous. And now I have to up it. I have to up it. And then what happens is you turn into a drug addict for being high from life. Right? And in my opinion, which this is just an opinion because I don't know the motherfucker personally, but if I had to guess, that's why he ended up with HIV. If I had to guess, that's why he ended up getting fucked by trannies up his ass, or he was fucking trannies in the ass. If I had to guess, that's why he ended up going in that path, in that direction, and he ended up like that for real. If I had to guess, I could be wrong, but if I had to guess, that's what it was. Now, then there's other guys, they get the it thing and they go, oh, that's all it was? Okay. And just go off in life and, and now they, with that newfound knowledge, and just go get into something else that they might have found interesting, or, find some hobby, and that's it. They don't have to keep chasing a new high of it. Because guess what? If your high is getting a BMW, well, guess what? You get the BMW, you drive it around for 2 months, and it's like, oh, it's just another car. But you know what's a nicer car? A Ferrari. Then I'm going to work to get the Ferrari. And you get the Ferrari, you drive it around, and you go, oh, well, it's just a regular car. But you know what a better car is? A McLaren. So you go, okay, fuck me, work to get the McLaren. And then next thing you know, you're just working for this high. That doesn't exist. You're a fucking dope fiend at this point. You're a glorified dope fiend now. That's all it's earned, Yeah. Coach RedPill touched on this subject. Oh, Coach RedPill is great, man. I used to watch a lot of him. I always forget to mention him. I used to watch a lot of Coach Red Pill. He's great. Great dude. So anyway, let's get started in this video because I ramble too much. And I'm tired. It's 8:43. So here we go. So this video is titled, How Many People You Slept With Before a Relationship Matters. Let me read that right. Did I read that right? Does how many people you slept with before a relationship matters? Make sure my audio sounds right. Okay, here we go.
I had a friend who was dating like a beautiful girl, a really hot model that like she's just a gorgeous girl, drop dead gorgeous. Every guy in LA would love to date her. And he would say that he couldn't be with her because she's had too many sexual partners. And he only dated her because he wanted a trophy wife or a girlfriend.
Wait, what does that sound like? I know that person.
Okay, don't throw any shade here.
Oh, I have no idea.
I wanted to stay completely anonymous, but he said that. And so what does how many sexual partners someone had before you have to do with you being able to be considered a trophy wife or a wifey material?
I mean, I personally don't agree. I think a trophy wife is someone that is, you don't have to be a certain standard looks or even, I mean, obviously brains as well, but I think it's how you treat that person, and you would want to, you want to be with someone and how they treat you and how good they are for you, not because of how they look. So you can still be a trophy wife and not be a model type or be the smartest, but you're a supportive, loving girlfriend.
She was like a beautiful model, and so that's why he's saying, oh, I thought she was going to be my trophy wife. But that's sort of what you said, how they treat you, is what I would say when he would say that to me. I'd be like, yeah, she might have slept with more people than you liked before you dated her, but since you guys have been together, she's been nothing but faithful and an amazing girlfriend to you. So how dare you say that?
Yeah, I mean, some men just can't get over the past and they can't stop thinking about who was there before them, and it bothers certain people. But I know a lot of men that are secure in themselves and they don't care about the past. They don't even ask about the past. Like, that's how you know it's a mature, strong guy, when they don't ask you about your past in that way.
I think it's also not even about like having those issues. I think sometimes in a relationship where some guys just might get bored and they just want to bring something up from the past to use against you, or even just when they fight in general, like it could be over bringing the wrong cup of coffee for your significant other, and then that argument is just gonna downfall to, well, you've slept with so many people, you're a whore, you know? Just because they want to use something against you because they're running out of things to say, or that's just how they feel at the time, like, you know. So I think it's not fair to me. That sounds like not like a narcissistic person, but it's, you know, someone's history. I feel like before you date them, like you kind of know them as a person, and you should already be willing to accept what they have to offer you. Like you should never mid-relationship start to use something against them that's out of their control. I think that's really not fair.
Sometimes what can happen is, obviously I've experienced this a ton because of my past. Guys will be fine with it at the beginning. Then as those feelings start to develop, they start getting insecure and jealous the more in love with you they are. And then they start questioning, they start going and watching the stuff, and then they start questioning you about it, and they just get very insecure in themselves. And so I've even like had that happen with myself as well, where I'm super cool at the beginning of a relationship, then maybe something happens, or just like those feelings develop, and then you sort of just become like, the love sometimes makes you act in a way that you wish that you didn't.
I've definitely been like that. I've been in relationships where I'm like, I don't know why I'm picking this fight today, but
back to being
it's like, who is this girl?
Back to being a trophy wife. I know we didn't intend for this topic to go on the route of past sexual partners, but do you guys think that a lot of people tell me, oh, you'll never be married, why would anyone want to date you? Do you think I should be excluded from ever being considered a trophy wife because of my past?
No, because it, once again, like I had mentioned, you know, the concept of trophy wives is more focused on the man than the women, because it's, in their eyes, it's like a possession, it's a prize that they value, it's something desirable, and you don't have to be the hottest girl, you don't have to be the smartest girl, you don't have to have a certain past. It's how they view you, you know. So as long as you're the best version of yourself,
how you value yourself.
That's what I was. It's how you value yourself.
It said in the book that we read, Why Men Love Bitches, it said if you value yourself as a prize, they will see you as a prize as well. For example, in the past, I've said a girl cannot be the prettiest on the outside, but if a girl comes up to me and she's like, damn, I'm so hot. I'm the hottest girl in this room. I'm going to double look at her and be like, is she the hottest girl in this room? Because she really believes it.
Yeah.
So if you believe you're a prize and they should be working to be after you and that you're the prize for them, they will start to believe it too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is you shouldn't let someone else tell you you're a trophy wife. If you know it and you believe it in yourself that you're a trophy wife, then people are going to start looking at you and be like, damn, I want her. She's a trophy wife. I need her next to me.
I'm a trophy wife right now.
Yeah, 100%.
And I ain't even got a man no more.
Well, yeah, I'm not too surprised about that. Yeah, man. All this was really about her. Well, I think somebody in the comment section said, yeah, this is really about Lana Rhoades for real. This is really about Lana Rhoades for real. You're trying to regain that validation and trying to get that steam up of social media talking about Lana Rhoades is now a prize and all. That's what I said. That's what I said. The last time they was sitting down at this table and she was talking about drinking. She was talking about she drank piss and vomit and mixing a bowl together. Look, all any of this is gonna be is just a plea to that dream man, to the King of England, to notice pretty white woman who needs to be picked up, and she's better now that she can go sneak in with him. That's all any of this is, man. That's all any of it is. Now, okay, honestly, now personally, I tell guys to don't okay. Now in the case of Lana Rhoades, you know what that is, all right. You know that, but now when you dealing with the regular girl on the street, I would rather see how much is this. If a guy asks me about the type of girl he's with, I would say, okay, what is that woman actually doing? What is she actually going out her way for you to do? Like, is she genuinely going out her way to do something for you, other than sex, right? Is she going out her way to figure out how to cook something for you, or bring you something, or being just being good company, just existing around you? What is she actually doing for you, right? That's gonna be my first thing for average girls, regular girls in the world. That's gonna be my first question above anything else. But what she look like, what she do, what she does for a living, all that stuff. How is that woman and not treating you like some old choreographed hi. Yeah, I mean, like, totally. Not that choreographed bullshit, all right? Not that hypersexualized from modern porn, choreographed acting. I'm talking about what is this bitch actually doing as a fucking realistic human to you? When that 10 pounds of makeup comes off and that $200 hair job has washed out, what are her actual actions to you? And that's what I would say pay more attention to than what she does for a living, how much money she got, and what she look like. All right. Now, but when it comes, or how many people she might have slept with, because here's the thing: and I said this before, if you focus on how many guys she's been with, okay, she's never gonna tell you. Okay, at least. Okay, you can go to Lana Rhoades' porn page and look up all the men she's fucked, and she's at minimum been with that many men in her life. At what? How old is this bitch? Like 25 or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? This bitch got a whole rap sheet of dicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, she can't lie about that. And see, that's where all this whole plea of, well, maybe I can still be a trophy wife that's where all this is coming from. She can't hide it. Now, them other two girls, they can lie. They'll go out in the world and they'll find some dude, and the dude like, well, how many guys have you been with? The guy's gonna ask, and then and every woman knows that men don't want a woman that's been around like that. Every woman knows that. So they're gonna lie. Like the girl in the middle and the left, they gonna lie. They're gonna be like, oh, I've only been with 3. I've only been with 2. And one was a long-term boyfriend, and another time, yeah, it was just a bit night. It was just a fling from a bar, and that was it. Yeah. She's gonna, even if she been with 40 motherfuckers, she's not gonna tell you, dude. It's like, because see, women gotta sell themselves just like a car dealer sells cars. That car dealer, that motherfucker's job is to sell that car, just like a woman's job is to sell her pussy, right? Okay, depending on who's trying to buy it. Now, if the woman is trying to sell her pussy to just be rented out, but she gonna sell it a whole different way. She's wild. She got a fat, plumpy ass and all that shit. You got her makeup done perfectly because she's a rental car. See, Lana Rhoades is a rental car. All right, you can just run that bitch through the car wash real quick and bring it out, and it looks great to fucking run into the fucking ground for 2 nights and send that bitch back to the dealer. You ain't got to worry about cleaning nothing. Throw up all in it, pissed and spit all in it and everything, and send that bitch leaking oil, transmission broke down, mirrors don't work, heated seats will burn your ass up because the transistor done broke. You know, saying all that shit. See, you don't give a fuck. Send that bitch back to the dealer. See, Lana Rhodes is a rental car. It's the reality. It's brutal to say it out loud. It's good, you know, because she's a human. I get it, and she don't want to be seen like that, but it's the reality. Right? She's a fucking rental car, so she can't lie about it, right? So when pussy, okay, then back to the analogy I had. So when pussy's trying to sell itself to be bought, and see at that car, see Hertz will just dress something up real quick and just get you in it and get you in something that look good and pay a little more to rent this motherfucker for, you know, for a week. And that's it. See, Hertz, Enterprise, what do I don't know other, I don't know, it's Hertz and Enterprise. Them motherfuckers, those are car rental agencies in the US. Yeah, see, they selling rental cars, you see. But that car dealer, that car dealer, now a motherfucker get the fuck around asking the right questions and they ain't gonna buy that car. You see what I'm saying? And see, the mother two can run that game. They can get you, you know, caught up by the curves of the hood and the rims and get you not thinking right, and you fucked around and bought that car and then didn't realize, yo, that motherfucker was a rental car for the last 20 years. All right, and you be fucked up. All right, but here's the thing though. Okay, but and the reality of it is, okay. Like I said earlier, my thing is more about how they treat you, and not on this hyper choreographed, perfect makeup, extra choreographed movements. Hi, all this. Well, I just like all that bullshit. I'm talking. You see that's not real. That's her persona. You got that's her false persona. You got to get to that real and how is she treating you at the end of the day. But I do understand guys' points on this. Like, you know, some guys don't want to get with a bitch who they know, you know, did that. Like, you know, Lana Rhodes is gonna have some dudes gonna deal with Lana Rhodes. Some dudes gonna marry her. It's just a matter of time. Just, you know, she's pretty white bitch who's not fat and took a bath. And now it's known that she gets dirty with fucking. So some dude's gonna deal with her. All right. It's just a matter of time before that happens. She is going to get that, right? But now on the flip side, with Lana Rhodes' argument, right? With Lana Rhodes, with this whole argument of women, and I get where guys come from with this too. Let's say the same topic came up with men who were terrible drug addicts, right? Hooked on heroin, fentanyl, whatever that shit is. Hooked on that shit, right? They was hooked on it. Would that be a smart choice for a woman to go marry? Why and why not? Women openly would probably say no to a horrible a guy who had like a terrible drug problem and had employment from being hooked on drugs. No, because why? Well, and I do understand men's logic on this. I mean, I wouldn't want to marry Lana Rhodes because she just can't even lie and hide that shit. And the reason why is this. And because somebody actually sent me the data on it, but I'm just gonna go in with my own with my, you know, random thoughts on it. Which the dude was right. I'm not gonna say the dude, because I went over that in a live stream a while back, and I don't disagree with it at all. If anything, I think it was worse than what he sent me. But he was, you know, I'm totally with him on that. When those chips go down, when the chips get down, let's say Lana Rhodes get with a man now, and she fucks around and recoups that validation from society as innocent, pretty white bitch in the world. You know what I'm saying? And now she's just pretty white bitch with a smile and got a tight body. Whatever man she's married to, see, now she knows, she like that drug addict. When them chips get down, when everything's going, like everything can be going good for a while, but as soon as something fucks up, there's a good chance that motherfucker might relapse. All right? And the same thing with hookers. Yeah, you go off and marry a hooker. But when she fuck around and get a little too upset, guess what her profession has been for the last decade? Fucking to get where she's trying to get. Just like the drug addict. What's been their fucking the legit hardcore drug addict. I'm not talking like smoking weed and shit like that. I'm talking about motherfucker doing more harder, legit gangster addictive shit. I think weed's addictive, but that's a whole other topic. I'm talking about like legit hardcore drugs. See, when them chips go down and that way of the world starts to hit them, where they gonna go? They gonna go back to what they know. You see, you see, and I think Jonathan Kent told no, not Jonathan Kent. It was Peter Parker, but they all had kind of have the same thing. When they growing up, they dads or uncle, whatever the fuck, told them like, look, these are the years that's gonna make you who you gonna be for the rest of your life. Because the life is gonna come and hit you and push you back into what you know. So if all you know is getting up to go find a little quick job, then that's what's gonna happen to you when them chips go down. You're gonna be pushed back into that. If instead of going out and just build something on your own, if all you know is something, you gonna go back to that when them chips go down. You see what I'm saying? Now here's the thing. Now all them girls, all them girls at least got the same number of men chasing them in Tinder, WhatsApp, DM, Instagram, whatever. All of them got it. All right. But see, the bad part is Lana Rose can't hide it. There's nothing she can do that because all you gotta do is Google her name and you could just quickly find her drinking a bowl of vomit while a guy saying good girl and spitting in her face. All right. And she's saying, thank you, daddy. She can't hide it. You see what I'm saying? She just can't. Now, and to be real about it, I'll be honest, the other side of it, right? My opinion is, okay, I say it's a higher probability. Like I said, I was reading the comments. I'm back now. With the reality of it is, she's gonna go back to what she knows. Now, all of them don't do it at least immediately. Some of them, they just might finally wake up and be like, poof, I'm done, never do it again. It can happen. It totally can happen. I'm not gonna say it never happens. It does. It will happen from time to time. There be some women, they just snap out of it and they're done. Never touch it again. But it's, especially as times are going on now, it's very unlikely. Like I said again, see, this whole talk was not, I'm willing to bet this whole Lana Rhodes and 3G 1K, whatever this shit is, three chicks, what's I don't know what they're supposed to say. This whole everything she's gonna be doing now in her career is gonna be based off of hoping in some kind of way she can trigger some victim movement, which how she was a victim of something, and that way she can be forgiven for it. That's all this entire thing is. It's going to be a push to uplift her from being the nationwide tramp. All right, that's just what it is. It's just going to be a nationwide push. I'm sorry, not a worldwide push. It's going to be a worldwide push of uplifting her out of being the worldwide tramp for a couple $100 because it's on the internet. She can't hide it. So now what does woman have to do to get any traction? Well, she has to be an innocent victim. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. It was sex and a man was involved. I'm a victim. And it ain't working because guess what? See, her situation can't work because now you gotta do is Google her name and go watch her happily taking piss in her face. All right, saying, the motherfucker just peed in her face. And while she holding the bowl to collect the piss to drink later, she can't hide it. You know what I'm saying? See, at least the other two, they can fuck around and like tonight go out and just record themselves on Instagram crying, saying that some guy sexually assaulted her, and they gonna immediately, and she'll immediately become an angel, and the guy who was supposedly the sexual assaulter was just a motherfucker standing in line waiting at McDonald's to order, and he was the sexual assaulter. You know what I'm saying? And the motherfuckers will automatically take her side with no evidence, nothing like that. You see, Lana pretty much lost all that shit. She lost all that credibility. She can't get away with that no more. she can't do it. And see, and that's hard. And I hate to bring it up about race, but see, in the U.S., well, in the world, man, see, white bitches I don't say the world. I say the UK and the US. Because once you go to Eastern Europe, the Eastern Europeans, they like Western Europe looks at Eastern Europe like they're the lesser motherfuckers, right? So like them Eastern Europe, you can't apply that like in that context. But in the US and the UK, white women have the golden ticket in life to always be able to play victim whenever they want and just automatically get whatever they going after. They can immediately do that. And for them to fall off like that, Amber Heard, Lana Rhodes, for two different reasons, but the same ending. For them to fall off that hard, yo, they had to fuck up bad. That's what I said a long time ago. When a white woman don't get what she want because she wants it just because she's a white woman, she had to fuck up bad. And that's what they did. You know what I'm saying? That's what Heard and Lana Rose, both, they fucked up bad. Amber Heard on camera, on tape, recorded telling exactly what she did. And motherfucker still was trying to fight with her. You know what I'm saying? He was still trying to be on her side. Lana Rose is on the internets literally drinking vomit from a vomit mixed with piss from a bowl. Yeah, she fucked up too bad. But even then, somebody gonna deal with them. Even then, somebody because they woman, somebody wants to fuck. Porn stars usually get married to high earning guys, beta bucks, still, which perplexes me. Well, okay, because at that point, it's really not important at all to them. Okay, because by the time they get in with them dudes can By the time they get with them dudes, those dudes can really go do what you know. They all those dudes. I'm not hyper rich, and I know where to go. So them dudes really know where to go. You know what I'm saying? So they'll fuck around and do it just to have somebody in there with them. Or maybe someone be dumb as fuck and actually think, they can make a genuine relationship out of them. I don't know. Y'all remember that Mel Gibson shit? Not Mel Gibson too. And Mel Gibson and what's that motherfucker who was a basketball owner of the Lakers, some shit like that? And they got so caught up over that young pussy, they just turned straight racist on the bitches. Like, Tom, that shit was wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why I ever trusted you. And all they was on the phone talking to the bitch, and the bitches was recording them because the bitch is trying to get paid. That's what it was. Let me catch one of these comments. But yeah. Yeah, but yeah, that's all, man. That's all her channel is gonna be is this is nothing but a desperate plea to try to get back into being graces, trying to get back into the graces of being white woman who gets whatever she wants because she's attractive white woman again, because she lost it. She lost it. I mean, she still gets a lot though. She'll still get, a lot. From her natural habitat, she's falling off of that. You know what I'm saying? And this is nothing but trying to get back up in there. Y'all remember that one porn star who offed herself a few years ago? I think it was at Augusta Games or some shit like that. She committed suicide. And this is going to be part 2. I'm going to catch up on comments. Let me read this title and I'm going to catch up on comments. So this is Brittany Renner moves back home with her parents with no car. That ride is over. Well, no, she don't get that child support money. She you know what I'm saying? She's going to get that child support money. She'd be all right. She probably just fucked around. Well, depending on what kind of attorney she had, they probably robbed her. I wouldn't be surprised. I probably took most of that shit. Or so who knows what was written up in that contract with them attorneys that she got to go hunt out Peej. Who knows what deal them attorneys done wrote them family courts attorneys done wrote up and probably screwed her out of half that money. I wouldn't be surprised because she ain't no fucking nothing about her that really screams high intellect. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I ain't no telling what they done wrote that contract and she ain't read it and it probably done robbed her all her money. I really wouldn't be surprised if those divorce attorneys, or not divorce attorneys, them family court lawyers. I really wouldn't be surprised if they fucking with them and they get in that arena with them sports stars. They knew some ducats was coming out of that shit. Ain't no telling what agreement she done signed and didn't realize she signed. They done stole all her money. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Oh, Shyla Styles. Yeah, I used to like Shyla Styles. She was like kind of thick white bitch with blonde hair. Like bimbo type shit. I like Shyla Styles. I didn't know she killed herself though. I thought they just found her dead in the room. But I guess maybe she did just kill herself. But I remember I found out and I read it and they said they found her unconscious in her room. But maybe she did kill herself on pills or some shit. I remember Augusta Ames. She got cyberbullied and she killed herself. I'm not laughing. That's rough. I'm not laughing. I just think cyberbully is funny. Like, I just think that term is funny. I'm not laughing that she killed herself, but I think cyberbully. Probably because I remember growing up without any of this shit. So like, to let a motherfucker bully you that on the internet that don't even know who you are for real. That's rough. I'm getting sleepy. Yeah. The lawyers got paid. They are not complaining. Yo, Dr. Martin, man, them lawyers, them lawyers in them positions like that, they will write up any type of dude. Yeah, I know they not complaining. Them motherfuckers will write up some of anything, dude. Them motherfuckers right. Well, we taking 30% of all payments for the first 10 years or first 5 years, and then but if the payments don't reach this amount, then we can take 50% of them after. Ain't no telling what them attorneys done wrote up, and she didn't read that shit and didn't know what it was and signed it, and probably and took a whole lot of that money from her. See, that's the other issue that happens when people come into money that ain't used to having no money. Like, the most violent moves are done on paper. All right, the most violent moves are done with a pen, not with a sword. The most violent moves on earth, and especially in these white collar professions, are done with a pen. Ain't no telling what that motherfucker done wrote. And see that's another that's my honest opinion on why Melania Trump will never leave Donald Trump. That's my honest opinion on why Melania Trump will never leave. As long as it's up to Melania, she will put up with it. But I said this a long time ago. Donald Trump could literally go to Slovenia, climb her country's the flag in her country's center. He can go there, climb it by hand with a light on shown on him, cut the flag off, pull down his pants while he's on the pole, King Kong style, and wipe his dirty ass and shit on the flag and throw that motherfucker on the ground, and she will not leave that motherfucker, no matter what happens. All right? Because one, she done got introduced to a level of money that she should never have access to, one, and two, what is she going to do with that money? Even if she was to divorce him and take that money, what is she really going to do with it? Well, who can she really trust in that world? Nobody. Because when that money get involved, human life don't mean shit. All right? She don't know what to do. That's not her culture. That's not her friends. She is not, the only connection she has to that is making sure she's sucking Donald Trump's nutsack every night. All right? That's the only connection she has with that shit. She will not leave Donald Trump because, yeah, she'll get some money. But she'll be robbed. By the end of the year, it'll all be gone. Either she done spent it all or somebody else done charged her some fee and bamboozled her. Because she don't know them motherfuckers like that. She has no connection in that cultural world. So they all gonna steal it from her. The bank's gonna steal it from her. The lawyers are gonna steal it from her. Her friends and family gonna steal it from her. It'll all be gone in 2 years. And guess what? She back off somewhere selling sandwiches in some village in Slovenia again. That's what she ain't leaving Donald Trump. And see in America, in America, the bitches got a little more chance to be all right with that. But see, the Melania fuck around, leave Donald Trump, she'll be fucked up. Right? She'll be fucked up. Melania's gonna be. She better stay over there and keep licking his nutsack every night. She better. Cause if she fuck that up, she gonna be done. I'd say that falls apart in so many ways. Like, it's unbelievable. With her, especially with her being old as fuck, at her age, she still ain't terrible looking, but she's old as fuck. And Donald knows where to go get another Melania from. You see what I'm saying? He knows where to go get another one. So he really ain't too concerned with her. She gonna if they were to divorce, yeah, she'll get some ducats out of it. She'd get some ducats, but one way or another, the people all around her, they'd steal it all from her by the end of the year. If not the end of the year, the end of 3 to 5, it'll all be gone. She has no awareness on what to truly do with that to keep up that lifestyle. That's Donald's lifestyle. That's not hers. And same thing with this. Well, similar. I won't say same thing. I say it's similar. So here we go. Let me make sure my audio's still right. Okay, yeah, audio's still right. So we're gonna play this.
Oh, moved into my new place today. Y'all, when I tell you, I've been thugging. Okay, like, been living with my mom and my sister. It's me, my mom, my sister, my baby. I mean, because, you know, 2.5 months when I decided to leave, my baby was 2.5 months old. I didn't have anywhere to go. I didn't even have a car. I still don't have a car. I got rid of my car, you know, because, you know, empty promises, whatever. But I've been thinking so hard, Bitch, this has really been the hardest time of my life. And here I am. Because I thought somebody, right. Because, yeah. That to say, don't ever relinquish your independence for a relationship. Follow your dreams, not your boyfriend. A man is not a financial plan. Always have your own things. I honestly feel like since this situation, I don't think, even if I was married, I can't see myself not having my own house outside of the main house. Like, I would just have to have my own space. Maybe that will change with time, who knows. But also, it's crazy. Like, people, they want to see you fail. Oh,
Bitch, you fail. You ain't got no place to go. What the fuck is this dumb bitch talking about? You homeless in a car right now. You fail. You got a baby. You ain't got it. What? Oh my! I can't even. Wait a minute. There was so much unbelievable, just mental illness, delusion, just flat out, just craziness, just schizophrenic, damn near schizophrenic, paranoid schizophrenic. There was so much that just went on in a minute and 29 seconds. Oh my God. That's that Chase Money. Oh my God. There was, like I said, oh my, I don't know if I'm prepared for this, man, because I'm tired. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the call in, man, because I'm tired as fuck. I just got real tired. I should have took a nap earlier, but I didn't. So here I am, struggling, hobbling. So much just happened in 1 minute and 20 seconds. You can't make this shit up. You like if I were to go out in the real world right now and meet a random buddy in a bar and just start talking to him, right? Just sit in a bar, just drinking, just start coming with a conversation and talk to him. Either one, he just wouldn't believe me because it's too wild, or two, he would die laughing because he knows bitches are that stupid and would say some shit like that. It'd be one of the two extremes. Stream. She probably didn't eat. Them lawyers probably done stole all the money from her. They probably done stole all that money from her. Spec streaming. If I wouldn't be surprised. Especially when you talking about that league of child support and all that. I'm sure PJ Brown paid. I always call him PJ Brown. That's the motherfucker who played number 42 for the Miami Heat back in the 90s and early 2000s. Not PJ Brown, PJ Washington. I guarantee he paid. They got the money up out of him. Oh, them attorneys, they got that money up out of him. But did she actually get it? I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, nothing about her screams high intellect and high analytical skills that dive anywhere outside of does this man have money and how do I dress to make him want to fuck me more so I can get some money out of him. Anything outside of that, there doesn't seem to be anything else that screams high intellect. That out of anything I've ever, out the video reviews I did while I was in Ukraine to now, there's been nothing about her that screamed high intellect. I think she did a little something with like women's volleyball or something like that while she was in college. But as far as like actual analytical skills and shit like that, there's been no. Justice says, AD, thanks, bro. I learned a lot from you and found it to be true. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Oh my God. So I'm going to try to make it through this video because that was just so much just unbelievable shit in 1 minute. It jumped from I'm homeless. I don't have a car. I didn't even have a car. I had a 2.5 month old don't have a car. And this is why I say don't live off a man and have your own shit because I should have my own house. If I go back, I choose to have my own house. If people want to see you fail and all this, bitch, you already failed. You are a homeless single mother of a man who got millions, bitch. You can't even fail any harder than that when you look at the whole thing of that. Because homeless single mothers out there in Slovenia ain't fucking no dude with millions of dollars like that and all struggling like and thought they was balling in the beginning like you. Because they thought you was gonna moonwalk to some money. Just she had the glove on, the hat on, everything. Though she was moonwalking into that shit. Wrong. This bitch spent Christmas homeless. This bitch is a single mother homeless. That's rough. Are you fucking serious right now, dude? Like, yo, wowzers. Wow. That's all I can say. Wowzers.
You fail when you don't. They have no control over you. They can't do anything because all you fucking do is win. Like, God, this girl's still here? Because I thought somebody thought there was good. Yeah, I thought. You thought. We all thought. I want to say thank you to the people on all social media platforms that continue. God, don't cry. That continue to support me. Because this shit's a fucking privilege to have. I'm so fucking thankful. I swear to God, I see the world with a whole different set of eyes now.
That's what happens when you get older.
Thank you for the people who continue to support me despite the fuckery that I've had to endure.
What?
After being lied on. Thank you to my real friends and my family that aren't yes men, that have my fucking back. Because that's about the only reason I have some of my sanity. Just thank you. And thank you to the universe for redirection. Thank God I didn't get what I thought I wanted. Because, okay, I'll take a few months of disappointment over a lifetime of disappointment. I forgot to add. Leave after the first lie. You know, people can change, but they rarely do. When people are lying about what they're lying about, ain't no fixing that. Ain't no coming back from that, bro. That's how you rockin'. If that's how you rockin', I ain't rolling. Last thing. A lot of people are afraid to leave relationships. Fear of missing out. Like, oh, I built this person up. You know, no one else is going to reap the benefits. I don't want to start over. I'm scared. Oh my God, who's going to want me? Especially as a mom. Because, you know, fucking moms, we're just shamed for everything. No one's going to want to be with you have a kid, you know? There's just fear of leaving, fear of just looking stupid. The only time you look stupid is when you allow yourself to look stupid. You don't look stupid when something doesn't work out. And bitch, you've had enough. It doesn't even have to be, I had enough. This doesn't work for me. We are not a match. We are not a vibrational match. And I'm going to be on my way. If anything, I'm smart, bitch. Because I don't have time to waste. My energy is...
Yeah, you ain't got time. You got to hurry up and get to mommy's house. You ain't got time to waste. You ran out there and rolled that KFC and got pregnant by a sports star and thought you was going to get some money and then blasted him and went off to stripping and had your little ass poking out on Instagram after you plopped out that baby. You ain't got time to waste getting back to mommy's house. Dinner going to be ready in a few minutes. You better hurry up or she going to yell at you. You ain't got time to waste. How do you fail that hard? How do you fail that hard, dude? Like, for real. Like, how the fuck do you fail? And that last part, because whenever bitches start going on, when you find out who your real friends are, especially in this context, right? Especially in the context of ending up a single mom and mad in the world. Now you find out who your real friends are. See, bitches like this these are bitches that end up on social media always posting that shit, and then when they get it, and then when they feel like they can tell their side of the story, they gonna say how everybody left them out on the curb and they left her out to die and all that. She ain't gonna bring up how she initiated all by just acting fucking ridiculous for like literally the past 2 years straight to motherfuckers just wash their hands of her and say, get the fuck out. I'm better off just not even knowing you anymore. She ain't gonna tell that side. When she gets on Facebook and Instagram, she'll write paragraphs talking about some, oh, my family just didn't believe in me. They left me out, so I had to fend for myself and all this. Yeah, she'll phrase it as a very, see that, and like, man, whenever women go in that route of, well, you see who your real friends are. See, whenever women use lines like that, you see here who your real friends are. What that means is she tried to get away with some wild shit and people called her out on it and she couldn't find a sucker to come put up with her shit. That's what that means. When it's the whole you find out who your real friends are. That's usually what that means for real. Especially in contexts like this. She went off, bounced on millionaire cock, got pregnant, thought she was gonna get paid. Well, them lawyers got the money out of PJ Washington. I guarantee you that. Them lawyers, they as soon as they got the call from Brittany, them motherfuckers was first in court to get that money out of PJ Washington. Now, did she get the money? It don't look like it. And on top of that, she's so fucked up. She said she had. Hold on, let's play this back again from the beginning.
New place today. Oh, moved into my new place today. Y'all, when I tell you, I've been thugging. Okay, like, been living with my mom and my sister. It's me, my mom, my sister, my baby. I mean, because, you know, 2.5 months when I decided to leave, my baby was 2.5 months old. I didn't have anywhere to go. I didn't even have a car. I still don't have a car.
So after all that dogging this motherfucker out on social media and saying going off stripping and all this and all that, you mean to tell me that this man let her go with his kid? And you mean, see, this is the point that I really try to bring up to women in the world, especially when they was raised by a single mother type of shit. See, this is the point I always try to see. Usually, men usually don't have a problem with the kid. It's the mother was so crazy they had to get away from the kid, and it was like they had to do it. That's usually how that ends up. Like there was a comedian. He said, yeah, you grew up with a single mother because your mama ran your daddy off. That's how that shit happens, man. You mean to tell me? So from from what I'm picking up, which I could be wrong, but she was living with the motherfucker, this basketball player. Then she decides to leave. I highly doubt that. Because women it's always about who made the decision to break up a relationship, to initiate a relationship, blah, blah, blah. They always put value in that, right? But regardless, she left. He did not even. You mean to tell me he let them run out homeless like that? So at that point, you got to ask yourself, okay, did she really just sneak off and endanger her own child with no food or no money when there's a perfectly good house sitting down the street because her ego done got to her? Or let me guess, PJ Washington is so evil, he kicked them both out to just starve in the trenches of life on their own. Let me guess that, yeah. Let her tell it that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. And she'll use this video in court. Watch. I guarantee you, in family court, she'll pull this video. She'll use this video. Yeah, it was a night. And in court it'll be. It was a night he kicked me out and left us to starve, and use that to get more money. Because at this point, it's clear she ain't got. Okay, the baby was 2.5 months old when she left. Right. She has no money. She has nothing. Like what? She has nothing. Nothing. Like nothing. So okay, if they was together. Okay, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. She probably didn't get the child support when they was together. I wouldn't put it past her to have already put the paperwork in while they were together, because I've seen that happen. But I give it. Let's say she didn't put the orders in yet to get child support. She has no fucking money, and after talking all that shit about how she's her own independent boss babe, wherever the fuck, you know how those bitches talk like that. After all that. She leaves. She gotta go move in with her sister and mommy and with her daughter and together because she don't got nothing. She didn't even have a car. A motherfucker that's bringing in 6 figures a month and you can't go find you a Ford Fiesta for real. You expect me to believe that? Like there was some other shit going on. This was released in December 1st last year. December 1st last year, Jonathan. Yeah, Dr. Moore. Yeah, the child's gonna go through the worst of this, man. The child's gonna go through the worst of it. And that's how it goes. Because yeah. That's gonna be that's rough, man.
I got rid of my car, 'cause, empty promises, whatever. But
Empty promises. Got rid of the car. Yeah. Empty promises, whatever. If I had to guess what happened was she probably had a car from him. He took the shit back. It probably said he would buy it for her or something like that, but it was never in her name and it was in his name or something like that. That was the empty promise, all right? She didn't have shit. She thought she was going to walk up there and just get whatever she wanted from him.
I've been thinking so hard, Beach. Beach, this has really been the hardest time of my life. And here I am. Because I thought that to say, don't ever relinquish your independence for a relationship. Follow your dreams, not your boyfriend. A man is not a financial plan. Always have your own things.
You wonder why. It's always funny how and that's what Coach RedPill says. See, it's a tragedy. Woman's learning process is a huge tragedy. They always get it after they've been fucked up. After they starting to hit that wall and they fucked up now they get, the actual logical thinking process of shit. Let's run that back.
Not your boyfriend. Relinquish your independence for a relationship. Follow your dreams, not your boyfriend. A man is not a financial plan. Always have your own things. I honestly feel like since this situation, I don't think, even if I was married, I can't see myself not having my own house outside of the main house. Like, I would just have to have my own space. Maybe that will change with time, who knows. But also, it's crazy. Like, people, they want to see you fail. Oh, they want to see you fail when you don't.
Well, when you walk around talking shit and and making fun of motherfucker and all that, and you got your ass jiggling out, hanging out after you done plopped out a baby on Instagram. Of course, motherfuckers, when you was rubbing it in how much you was winning, and you so gangster, and then you fuck. Well, of course, motherfuckers gonna be laughing at you when you lose, idiot.
They have no control over you. They can't do anything because all you fucking do is win. Like, God, this girl's still here? Because I thought somebody thought there was gonna... Yeah, I thought. You thought. We all thought.
Yeah, I thought you would have had a place to live. All right? I would have thought you had a car. We all thought you would have had a car and a place to live. We all thought you would have had we all thought you would have had a place to live. We all thought. Brittany Renner would have had some ducats. She would have had her ass jiggling out. She would have been hanging out with, what's that bitch, Tiana Trump. And they would have been having all these extra dollars and been living a lavish life and perfect makeup. And yeah, you thought, I thought, we all thought that. That's why it's so funny. That's why it's so funny to watch it.
Oh, here? Because I thought somebody thought there was gonna... Yeah, I thought. You thought. We all thought.
Yeah, I thought, you thought, we all thought you wouldn't be homeless right now. Well, it didn't work out.
I want to say thank you to the people on all social media platforms that continue... God, don't cry. That continue to support me. Because this shit's a fucking privilege to have. I'm so fucking thankful. I swear to God, I see the world with a whole different set of eyes now. I really do. Thank you for the people who continue to support me despite the fuckery that I've had to endure.
Yo, like, who the fuck, why would you even support a bitch like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, after all she done, and that's just what I heard. That's just what I read and was people was sending me about her. After what I read and heard about her and just seeing how she was acting, why the fuck would you, why would you ever want to support her? I tell you who's supporting her. Other reject bitches and dudes trying to get into her pussy. Just like always, when I'm on social media, that's those are only two who's gonna support her. Who's gonna support woman when she gets on these rants like this and she's been fucked up because, and it looked like she should be winning right now, but she's not. full-grown adults know that, okay, she did something fucked up. I highly doubt PJ Washington ain't gonna do her like that. Especially with them text convos that they had posted on the internet and all that. I highly doubt he would have done her like that out the clear blue. All right? All right? Highly doubt it.
Different set of eyes now. I really do. Thank you for the people who continue to support me despite the fuckery that I've had to endure.
Mark my words. See, this is the start in a woman's life. See, when she was younger, she was talking all that shit. She put on her makeup perfect. Wouldn't leave out the house, so her makeup and hair was dolled up and perfectly done. She's talking all that shit, doing whatever the fuck. What she say? I want the whole loaf. That's what she said that one video. I want the whole loaf and all that shit. Remember, talking all that shit, right? Talking all that shit, all of it. Then she ends up homeless. Okay, so at that point, who is going to blindly take her side? It's going to be, like I said earlier, the other reject women who were like her, who was talking all that shit when they was younger and hotter and the world was their oyster, like they used to say. It's going to be either other reject women who've already been down that path and they getting that, and they only side with it because they had that equal ground of being angry at the world for slapping them in the face type of shit. We're slapping them with a dose of reality in the face, and men who are trying to get into their pussy. Those are only two groups that's gonna side with her, right? But then now guess what's gonna happen? Now that she done been embarrassed, now that she's been embarrassed, she's only guess who she's gonna only talk to. I give you a while to think about it. While I catch up on these comments, who is she gonna talk to, right? I'll tell you who she's gonna talk. She's gonna talk to those other reject women, and that's how the cycle starts of her being eternally mentally fucked up, just beyond recognition. Because now she's gonna get all her pointers from who? The real friends, the ones who are just agreeing with her. Those are her real friends because they'll just agree with her. Those are the real friends. This is the start of how when you see them old bitches and they just be in awful attitudes and they want to be treated like a princess or nothing type of shit, and they just so severely mentally gone that you just cannot do a thing with them type of shit. This is the start of it. This is how they start out. This is exactly how it happens. This is how it happens. You're watching it. See, she still has a little bit of youth, and maybe we don't even know what her body. I don't know what her body looks like now. She might have a little bit of body on her, but she still has a little bit of youth in her face to hold on to. That's a positive, but it's gonna get slowly worse every day, week, month that goes by, and it's gonna bottom out in being angry at men and only talking to other women who are angry at men. So now it's just be a whole group of angry, fucked up bitches at men, mad because they can't keep a man. And even if they did come across another PJ Washington, they still fuck it up because they ain't know what to do with him the first time they had him. All right? Because again, what is her track record? What is her track record now? Jiggling her butt on Instagram, chasing around sports players that try to get paid. What else is in her fucking resume as far as a fucking, spouse as a decent woman to be with a decent? Nothing. There's nothing. And see, this is all these little seasonings that get mixed in with this shit. Is why why these women end up 40 and 50 and just completely gone. You at best throw them in a call center, just put her on a phone somewhere, keep her away from me. At least she can talk kind of cute on the phone and serve somebody on the phone. We don't even have to look at her. Just throw her in a call center, throw her at reception at Red Lobster or some shit like that. Just put her in the dark or away from me. That way we just don't even have to deal with them anymore. Just please, just throw her in the shittiest apartment of Macy's where we don't even come across her. Have her stock some shelves or some shit like that. Just keep them the fuck away from my mental health. All right, just keep them away.
After being lied on. Thank you to my real friends and my family.
Yeah, This is thank you to my real yep. When they go okay, there's two phases that you got to watch out for when women start saying it. Any woman when they start saying it's one, where did all the good men go? Why aren't there any good men around? When they start saying that, and when they say well, real friends. Those are two phrases. One, we all know that, where did all the good men go? When women start saying that, it's because she's now fucked up and no good men want to be around her, right? It's either that and a sentence including real friends. Any sentence that comes out her mouth including real friends, that's when you know, yeah, see, that's her defense mechanism against her being so fucked up that any decently thinking human will just ignore her in her personal life. They're just not going to do anything for her. They don't want to be connected with her at all. They've cut her off. She's been cut off because she was too fucked up. Right? So in her defense, she's looking for real friends. And guess what real friends are? Real friends are going to be the people who are going to be her chumps that'll do whatever she wants and agree with whatever she says. Those will now be her real friends. And guess where real friends are going to be? The other reject women who have been fucked up and been through being fucked up. Renner is a 6'9" of feminism. I don't even know much about 6ix9ine, so I can't elaborate on that. I don't know much. I know he's a rapper. I think he's like kind of a rapper. Mr. Moore says, AD, I don't know, AD. She has had a baby, so woman body gets stretch marks. They breast completely sag. Everything starts to hang lower. She might not look that good. Look as good as she did. Oh, yeah. I seen something with her on Instagram after she popped the baby, but maybe that was taken before she had the baby. Bitches, they'll repost shit from 5 years ago and act like they took it 2 minutes ago. But yeah, she had that baby. Unless she did them workouts after she had that baby, yeah, her body is. Every now and then you get some who snap back, but for the most part, most of them they never. Their bodies are usually finished after that. Fun fact, soon as she gets a little bit of money from that athlete, she's getting plastic surgery and an expensive car. I bet my house on it. And new videos of her success. Oh, yeah. Yeah. How's Piggy doing? Oh, I ain't talked to her in a long time. I forgot all about her, honestly. Yeah. Well, yeah. That because when I first started the video, I was like, I'm fucking, half asleep now. So yeah, she probably didn't get the child because she said she left when when the baby was 2.5 months. So she didn't. So there's a reasonable chance to believe that even if she had filed the paperwork, she probably wouldn't have got the money that quick. There's a decent amount of chance of that, given that whole scenario and situation. But again, she has no money on her own. She had a car, and I could pretty much figure out what that was. She said she had a car, but broken promises. Broken promises usually means. Okay, when bitches say especially bitches like her, when they say shit like broken promises, that usually translates into she was in some type of responsibility to hold up her end in something and she fucked it up. Right? And bitches will just say, it was broken promises. That shit that bitches will do. And I can pretty much guarantee it was something along the lines of maybe PJ had PJ let her drive one of the cars and told her it was hers, and if she just maybe like went to the paid the bill online for him or something while she was sitting at home with the baby or something like that it'd be hers or something, but she probably didn't pay it and the car got repossessed or some shit like that. It'll trust me, dude. When you deal with bitches, you have to think about the most embarrassing, pathetic scenario that you can think of. Okay, well, I don't want to do that because I don't want to put my dad's business out in the street because my stepmom was off the charts with that shit, dude. Like, I've witnessed that shit. I'm telling you, women, no matter how old they are, when it comes to like the actual logic, they are especially when they get caught up, like women will do some of the most pathetic shit, dude. Like, and that's why I said in my older videos, if you want to think like a woman and how she worked through a problem and how she gets to this stage in life, imagine the dumbest thing that you will do, right? Imagine the most dumbest thing you can possibly do in a situation, right? Then this is how you got to think like a woman. Let's say, give an example. Let's say you want to drive from, I'm trying to think of something that everybody's going to know. let's say you want to travel from Canada to South America, right? It's just the whole length of the Americas, right? It's from the top to the bottom, right? Now, imagine, but if you want to imagine why a woman would get mad about the drive from Canada to South America, right? Now, first, think about the dumbest shit that you would do. Okay, so the dumbest thing that I would do is I would probably go somewhere, drink some beers, to get back on the highway, drive, get lost, and drive in the wrong direction for a couple hours. Then go back again, had to backtrack 2 hours and all that shit to get back on path, and I'd be late, right? That'd probably be like the dumbest shit, in relation to the actual making it to a destination, right? Now when you think in context of a woman, you have to think about what you would do, and then think 3 steps lower of the dumbest possible shit that could happen, right? So now, okay, so when a woman would be in this stage in life, be mad about the drive to Canada, what would happen is, okay, she had a full tank of gas that that the man put in the car, and she was leaving from the east side of Canada, right? Over there by Maine and all that shit. She was leaving from that side, but she got a phone call 10 minutes after she left about her female friend in California that's going through something, and she want her to come talk to her. So she drives out there to go hang out with her. And you know what I'm saying? That's a 12-hour drive right there. You know what I'm saying? But then while she out there, she ain't there putting no gas in the car the whole way. So now the car gonna run out of gas, but she don't care about that because she gangster. You know what I'm saying? Her emotions done overtook. So now she's gonna try to backtrack, and now she's gonna try to drive, you know what I'm saying? Well, no, because actually that's along the route. But entertain me, right? So now she's gonna try to drive through Mexico on her gas tank on E, and then now she looking for her credit cards because she can't find them, because now she done gave them to the friend because she felt sorry for the friend, but at the same time, her man put an extra tank of gas in the trunk, and she didn't know, so she ran out of gas while driving halfway through Mexico and left the car on the side of the street with gas and with 2 full tanks of gas in the gas tank. Now she walking around hooking in Mexico trying to get her way back to the U.S. because she's stuck in Mexico now. Some old dumb shit. Like some old, you have to think, when you think about women fucking up, you have to think like the most dumbest shit you can do, and then think 3 steps lower. Eating truckers' larvae. yeah. But here's the thing: when she'll come to you, she'll say, "Oh well, Google Maps be tripping sometimes, right?" That's what she says. She'll come to you on. She won't tell you all that. It's up to you to figure out. You got to put the pieces together. She's not gonna tell you. She'll present it to you like it was some admirable shit of what happened or why she got fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But it was really something dumb on her behalf that she could have avoided, and it was very simple to avoid and fix. But again, women, they not built to run nothing or lead nothing, because their emotions will take over and fuck them up. She drove to to Circle K and bought a Four Loko. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, she had to make it on a deadline to get a good job, and entertainment, get a good job in South America or some shit like that. And now she done missed the deadline, missed everything, all because of some old silly shit. And then on top of that, she had 2 full tanks of gas and gas cans in the trunk. But she never listened to you after you told her 3 times that she had it back there and gave her the damn key to open this shit. Right? But she left it on the side of the road because she forgot, because she ain't paying that, because she too motherfucking gangster and she too strong and independent to listen to you. Yes. The movie Constantine, one of my favorite, that's where these tattoos from. The movie Constantine touches on that shit, right? There's a part, because, okay, the movie Constantine, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a part where Constantine tells the girl to stay in the car, and he puts this, because it's like spirit, it's that, that spiritual superhero shit, right? So it's like magic and shit like that. So Constantine tells the girl, look, stay in the car, and puts this, this amulet on her, so she's safe from the demons, right? And Constantine goes in there, he talks to some demon, gets the information out, and it goes back out to the car. And Rachel Weisz's character, she goes, men, and she takes off all the shit. So now she's vulnerable to fucking devil, the demons, and just take her whenever they want her. It is crazy how they did that. But that's real shit. Bitches will fuck up. Even if you write them out a perfect plan, like they're literally their genome is hardwired for self-destruction. They can't help it. And then after that, try to blame man because they done fucked up. I like that Berlin shirt. I wore this yesterday, man. I'm wearing the same shit. I got this at Primark. Y'all remember that story I told y'all when I went to Germany? And I didn't tell my wife when I was married. I didn't tell her because that's when we fell out. And I went to Cheska and I drove to Germany and I came back with Primark back because I ain't never been to Primark. I ain't know what Primark was. So I kept hearing about it, but I ain't know what it was. So I went in Dresden and I bought this shirt there. I didn't get this in Berlin. I got this in Dresden. It just says Berlin on it. Wait, can you see that? Yeah, it just says Berlin on it. I got this at Primark. I see the tag probably right here. Probably it's like $8, $6, some shit like that. Can you see that? I can't see, but yeah, I got this at Primark. How does she mess up on recruit difficulty? Pokemon's in Pallet Town. I don't even know what Pallet Town is. She is skid? Is that what that mean? I don't know what that means. I think it's more like if she stayed with him, she would get the car. Oh, well, okay, yeah, and I never talked about this. Okay, yeah, so my ex-wife, I'll tell you another story about the car situation, because we had a similar, okay, my car was not gangster at all, but it was a decent car. It wasn't a bad car, it wasn't a nice car either. It was a BMW, and but it was an older BMW. I'm not going to try to hype like it was some like sexy shit. I wouldn't call it sexy, right? But I remember, because I bought that car, but the thing was, I couldn't put it in my name because at the time I didn't have residency in let me switch this to me. I didn't have residency in Czech Republic at the time. So when I bought the car, we had to put in her name for me to be able to keep it. Cause that's always that's the thing. When you travel, you got to get residency before you can own something. Like you can rent shit, you can rent an apartment, stuff like that. You can weasel your way into that, but you can't buy nothing to put in your name type of shit unless you got some type of residency in there. And I remember, so I bought the car and we just never switched it over. After I got residency, we just never switched it over to my name. It was just like, fuck it, I just kept driving it, And so when it was clear, like I was leaving, she was under the assumption that I was just gonna give her my car. No, I'm not gonna give because how now here's the thing. Now I probably would have given it to her, and my whole Czech Republic story probably would have been completely different if it wasn't for this key thing, right? I remember when I first moved in, she had this like some little phone. I can't remember, some Samsung phone, but I liked it. I really liked this phone. It was it just felt good. It was a good size. It was some Samsung phone, but I really loved this phone. I liked it, and she wasn't using that as her main phone. She would just use it, for the kid to watch YouTube on and shit like that. So I said, I like that phone. Like, I want to buy that phone. So before we had fell out, she was like, okay, well, just give me just give me $20 for it, some shit like that. And you're really joking at that. Like, she wasn't even serious about that. So I was like, okay, cool. And I just never put any thought about it. So I remember after we fell out, I was on the phone. So I said, I want to buy that phone. And she goes, okay, well, $200. I was like, oh, for real? And just left it alone, right? So when I was getting ready to leave, of course I didn't buy the phone from her. So when I was getting ready to leave, and it was like clear I was getting ready to leave, we were talking about what to do with the car, and she was talking like I was just gonna sign her over the car. Like, and here's the thing: if she hadn't pulled that with that cell phone, I probably would have just gave her the car. I probably just would have gave her the car and just left Czech Republic and just never, probably fucked around, just never came back. So now looking back, that was an important part to me end up staying in Europe. It was that because, and the reason why I didn't give her the car was because she got real shitty about that phone. Because like I said, and it wasn't some gangster phone. I just liked the phone, so I wanted it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't some high end phone, nothing like that. But I just liked the phone. I just wanted it as a backup, or even use it as a main phone. I liked it. But the fact that she was so shitty about that, she thought I was gonna give her my car when we broke up. I was like, no, I'm not giving you that. Like, I want the car, but it was in her name. But I said I wanted it. So when we got divorced, like it was a whole hassle when we went and got the divorce, and she was like trying to I remember she went in there and lied on me, and because we had so after I left, we had come to the agreement, right, that okay, we was done, it's over. All I gotta do is we just gotta go show up, and she just say I don't want to be there, and I say I don't want to be with her, and that was it. So when we go into the courtroom, I'm not joking with you. She went in there and told, and because I had to get a translator, because it's just the law. You can't go in there, like the judge is not legally allowed. Even though the judge, she could speak English, she's not allowed to have me talk directly to her because it's like that law. Because she can, misunderstand something I said, and that could cause a huge downfall later, some kind of way, on her. But my ex-wife, she went in that courtroom and lied and said that I had no money and she had to take care of me and I was living off her. And because I was down to go to the courtroom and be like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm done, bye, and that was it. But she went in there and lied on. She went in there and said, yeah, he has no money. He don't do nothing all day, which I didn't do anything all day because I had my own money. I ain't have to go to work. You know what I'm saying? But I played mad and drank beer. After we fell out and I got mad and we got mad at each other, I just said, fuck it, I'm just playing beer. I'm just playing mad and playing mad online and drinking beer all day. And I still paid her my half of the rent mortgage. I still paid her my half. I had all the bank statements, right? Not the bank statements, but it was logged in the bank. So after she went in there and lied to me and said that I had no money, that I was like pretty much like a bum, didn't do anything, didn't have anything, and she had to take care of me the whole time. I said, you said what? So I asked my translator, I said, yo, are they documenting she said that's how I'm going out of this? And she goes, yeah. I said, no, that's not what happened. I said, I'm not okay with this. I want to go to my check bank to show you how much money I always had in this bank and show every deposit that I sent to her for my half of the mortgage, right? And even the judge, she was on some old shit like, oh, well, that's not important. You don't need that. I was like, no, because look, who knows what I might do in life later on. And a motherfucker might fuck around and pull that history up and use that against me later on in life, that I was some bum who was just living off some bitch for a year and she had to, buy my food and all. How she was telling the story, I had to live off her, feed me for a fucking year, right? So I had to stress like, no, I don't agree to the divorce until I go and get my bank statements and get certified bank statements to give to you to prove to you what I did. Because who knows who might dig this up 5-10 years from now and use this against me for whatever reason, right? So they finally let me do it. I went to Česká spořitelna and I had them print off every month of my bank statements and every month, or I sent her my half of the mortgage. And as soon as the judge seen it, like they looked at it, she seen it and then looked at her. Like she seen it, and because they knew exactly what it was, she grabbed it, she looked at all the bank statements, and then she just looked at her like like, why would you even lie about that? There was no reason to even do that. You know what I'm saying? Bitches, they will, dude. And there's an important line. There's a important line that men need to know. See, the woman you marry is not going to be the woman you divorce. If you love her or not, that's besides the point. Whatever the deal with the woman you marry is not going to be the woman you divorce. And like I said, that's another reason why I say do not follow bitches. Never follow a woman, because just because shit's going good now, as soon as shit goes bad, that bitch will jump ship immediately. All right, with no remorse, no care, not a care in the world, dude. And she will throw you under the bus if she has a chance to. And she'll do it in front of your face with no remorse, dude. None. Never follow a woman. I don't care how happy and good you got it now. Oh, they never follow that shit. Okay, she'll paint. If y'all together now, and they're like, well, my girl, let's be real about it. Everything cool now, but hey, let that one shit hit wrong, and she gonna be over there, and she will turn into my girl right now, she will turn into a completely different human. All right, I'm already prepared for it. I already know. Now she don't know it yet because she ain't been there. She ain't never been married or nothing. So she don't know. She don't think it can happen to her. I know it can and it will happen because I've been there. That woman you marry is not the woman you divorce. All right. I forget where I didn't come up with that, but I forget where I heard that from. But yeah, that's true shit, man. That woman will change and she will be cold. And it will be a whole different human, completely different human, dude. Completely different human on you. Something tells me the States would have still screwed you, man. What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine. Yeah. But okay, so here's the thing. So also because I remember I told you because I had my money, I had my own money at the time. See, because I figured out also what happened because. Since we weren't married a year, but I think there was some law where she could still try to get some money out of me. And on top of that, there was some law where she could still try to get something. It wouldn't have been a lot, but she still could have done it. But here's the thing, and this was the funny part because I caught her fucking up with this shit. Well, and even now, the problem was the only taxable income that I had was like, okay, she made more money than I did. taxed money, right? And especially in Czech Republic, she had more money than I had. Well, like going to work and bringing it. She had more of an income, like 5 times more the income that was taxable income, right? So if she had gone in there and tried to push for this whole, trying to get money out the other spouse, she would have been the one who would have had to end up paying me. So that's another reason why like the process was overall much quicker, because she was hoping I wouldn't go in there and do that to her. that was a fiasco, man. It really was. What's this? Jason Williams says she has a video with DJ Academics yesterday, and people in the comments are saying she owned Fresh and Fit. Word. I'm catching me. I'm in Texas and there's no Primark, but it's all over the East Coast, which sucks. I heard there's like 2. Like last I checked, there was like 2. I had never heard of Primark till I came over to Europe. There's one in Prague now, but there's one in Prague now because I got some socks. Me and my girl, we was looking for winter socks, and I ain't feel like spending $40 for no socks, so we just went to Primark and got some like fucking $7 socks. But they ain't bad socks. They cool socks. When the chips are down, they turn to cold-blooded, uncaring reptiles. Oh yeah, Alex, for sure, definitely, man. Yeah, that's real. Yeah, when the chips go down, see when the chips are up, yeah, they'll be pleasant angels and all that shit, for jokes. But when them chips go down, and that frustration hits, this is over. You know what I'm saying? That's why don't ever put your faith and belief in a woman ever. Don't ever do that. Ever. You keep them as a hobby, something like that. But don't ever put the like when that road gets a little tough for him and all that, and she didn't put the conclusion together as you. Oh, that's it. It can happen any kind of ways. I told my girl, I be telling her like, all it because we talk about this shit. I said, look, all it takes for you to hate me is us to be going through some little rough patch, and then one of your colleagues at work say, your boyfriend be drinking a lot, don't he? And that's all it takes. I mean, yeah. And that's how it starts. It's a snowball. Next thing you know, she coming home, slamming shit. You don't know what's going on and all that. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. So like, this is why my advice for you is to just don't care. That's my advice for you. Just don't give a fuck about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, don't treat them like complete dog shit, but I mean, just don't be devoting, you know what I'm saying, your deeper character into them. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'll just, that's my point on dealing with women. Don't treat her like she's some prize or some, she is not a fucking prize. She's a good hobby to have. She can be good for companionship. She could be a good hobby. But anything more than that, then you're just setting yourself up for failure. Point blank. Hey, I ain't gonna get to the call-in show. It just hit 10 p.m., man, and I'm tired. I'm probably gonna go to sleep in a minute. I'm gonna have to postpone that shit for. I might. Well, no, I would try to do a live stream Saturday, but my internet goes to shit on the weekends. If my internet's all right, I'll try one Saturday. If not, I'll probably just post a video or something. But I gotta postpone the call in to next week, man. I ain't gonna make it. But anyway, thanks again for tuning in and likes and everything and comments and voice of your opinion. Means a lot. Let me read last few of these comments. I'm gonna get out of here so I go to sleep. How do I decide what to do with my life? My last year of high school is coming to an end, and I have pretty good grades. I'm tired of school though. I don't want to work an office job for the rest of my life. That is a beautiful question. And quite honestly, I can't tell you that. That's something you gotta decide. I can't tell you that. What I can tell you to do is don't give up. But when it's your time to figure it out, it's gonna be your time to figure it out. Because like I said, I came up with that. Well, I didn't come up with that. It was I think it was Alan. I always come back to Alan Watts. I always go back to Alan Watts and Eminem. Out of all the motherfuckers I be listening to and reading about and shit, I always come back to Alan Watts and Eminem. But Alan he came up with this situation of like, if you buy a kid a toy, and it could be his favorite toy, and you sit him down and say, now play with it, and watch him. Like it ain't gonna be natural because he ain't come up with it, on his own. And I think it's kind of that thing of like making a decision on what to do with life. I can't tell you that it's gonna come. What I will be able to tell you is this: it's gonna come in one way or another. It's gonna come to you, in one way or another, in time. It's just that's one of them things. It's just gonna take time, honestly. Tired of school, I would explore the military. Yeah, man, military wouldn't be too bad. Like I said, I mean, I wouldn't recommend the military, but and that's partially because I went in when I was older. I was like 24, 25, I think, when I went in. So I was a little too old for that. But if you just come out of high school, you right on a good what do you call that shit? Street. What's the shit? What's the shit when you be running? I can't even think I'm fucking tired, man. I can't even think of the word. But you're right on, you're right on course for that. But like I said, when I went into the military, I already had my own flat. I already knew how to brush my teeth and wash my face before I went to bed and showered and all that shit. I had already kept up with college on my own for years. So by the time I went to the military, that was a huge step backwards. Okay, in a lot of ways, it was a huge step backwards for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like a lot of that shit was just a huge step backwards, honestly. But if you was yo, see you, Zuki. Thanks for tuning in, Zuki77. But yeah, like I said, I would say it'll come in time, man. Streak. Okay, yeah, I'm fucking tired. Thanks, Mo, man. I'm fucking tired. I gotta get out of here. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm out. I catch y'all later. I always want to say catch you on the flip, but every time I end it here, it ends it too fast, and it doesn't make it that far on YouTube. It ends it like immediately here, but YouTube's like 20 seconds behind. So yeah.